The city is still under an extreme cold weather alert as Toronto hovers well below seasonal temperatures. This morning, the city broke a nearly 6-decade-old record when temperatures dipped to about -22. The last time we set a record low on this day was back in 1960 when Toronto hit -18.9. But the cold weather hasn't stopped people from coming out and about and enjoying, you know, a little bit of Toronto and a little bit of the holidays. Look, he's waving, he's happy, but you're probably cold, right? Yeah, you're a little bit cold?
A little cold, yes.
Yeah. Are you from here?
No, I'm from Florida.
You're from
Crazy
Florida?
enough,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So you're probably not used to this weather.
Not at all, no.
Okay, well, it's good that you're bundled up, right?
Yes.
Well, it's funny that you say that because us Canadians are actually used to being in this cold weather, but there are some, like him, that are not used to it.
We're tourists. We're from Mexico City. I have a wool sweater and underlayer, and that's it.
Tell me, how warm is it right now in Mexico City?
I'm not really sure, but I guess it is around 20 degrees.
Definitely not this cold.
No, never this cold, no.
We can expect this cold weather to continue for the remainder of the year. Today's daytime high was -13, and with temperatures that cold, transit officials are warning people delays are possible.
This extreme cold can affect our doors on our train. They can actually get stuck. Ice petals get in it, the wires get condensation on it, so they can cause some minor delays. I would guess there was probably about a dozen trains affected by the cold today. Now we do have a lot of trains, but that was still a lot to when one delays, then it can back up another and another and another. We had some switch issues. We had a broken rail. It just gets so cold that it can break a rail. So there was some fairly minor across the system.
Are there any preparations you guys do here on Metrolinx to when the cold does hit? Like
we
to
do.
Prevent delays?
We plan way ahead, and we make sure that crews are advanced early, that we're checking our switches and checking our rails to make sure they're free of ice and snow. And we warm up our vehicles early. We keep our stations open late for people. So there's a lot that we do in preparation.
Despite the cold weather, there are those that choose to stay outdoors. Now, coming up, we speak to one runner and how he stays warm during these winter months. Now, it's extremely cold outside, but there are some people that like to brave the cold temps, and that's runners. We have Brian here. He is from the running room. Brian, just tell me, what are you thinking when you're outside in this cold?
Well, I mean, it's very brisk. It's really easy to breathe in the cold weather. We've got kind of the run of the park system. There's a lot of clear ways throughout the city still in the wintertime. And honestly, a lot of people prefer it to the hot, humid heat of the summer.
Okay, so I don't want to stop you from your run, so let's walk and talk. Maybe you can just tell me how you prepare yourself for extreme cold like this. I know you guys are pretty prepared for this weather. Tell me, is it layers that you wear?
Yeah, layers is the best way to go about it. It's really actually quite easy. You don't have to dress really heavily, but you want to have something close to your skin, and then something that's going to insulate you on top of that, and then something that's going to block the wind or the snow or rain that might be coming down. Some head covering for sure, hand covering. You want to cover as much of the skin as possible, and some toasty warm socks to keep your feet warm while you're out there. You know, there's training to be done. There's folks that are going to be running 5Ks coming up for New Year's. There's going to be folks that are going to be running events in the spring, and training doesn't really stop. Sometimes we don't love running on a treadmill because we're not going anywhere, and so getting outside and being out in the bright sunny weather, it keeps your mood up.
Okay, so for those that are running, any recommendations during this time of year?
So you want to be visible certainly during the day, but at nighttime, because it gets dark really early and stays dark later in the morning, wear lots of reflective wear, and if you need to, wear shoes with a little bit more traction or even traction aids so that you don't slip on any ice that hasn't been cleared up.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Okay, let's run.
All right.